What's up, world? How you doing? Just Yearn here. Yearn to succeed and follow your dreams. Pray and hope that everybody is enjoying their day. Nothing but peace and tranquility. Peace and tranquility. You know, First and foremost, I want to thank God for being able to wake me up this morning and start me on a day. Secondly, I want to thank God for these ideas that He bestowed in my mind, and I pray that it aligns with you tigers and you can relate to the messages that are being brought to you. Now, I posted a video called Friends, and if you didn't check it out, I don't recommend, I don't suggest. However, if you feel inclined to check it out, please do. I think I pinpointed some great points what friends and people can do during this time and why it is good if you have a friend to check that video out. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to post as much videos as possible to get everybody connected into this club, the Tigers Club, and so we can all experience inspiration and become the best versions of ourselves. Now, the reason why I said check the Friends video is because this this video is inspired by a friend of mine that we go back since Trader Joe days, and we were talking about happiness, and we had to, ask each other the questions, are we really happy, with our life and things that, were going on, and we held up the mirror, in front of us, and that's a cold conversation. Like, it's cold, and when we spoke about it, the first thing that I thought about was pursuit of happiness. Because she asked me, and if I had to answer black and white, am I happy today? Am I happy? The answer would be no. And she was shocked, after hearing all these things, that I'm, doing and working on, and just hearing my dreams and aspirations. And, you know, she said, why not? And I had to explain to her why. And I had to be, the same person that I am every single day. I have to be blunt, transparent, vulnerable, and real. And I had to explain to her why I'm not happy. I think when you ask that question, of course it's layered, but I don't think that people take time to really digest that question, and they will automatically say, yeah, they're happy. And everybody has a different definition of happiness based on their life, based on what they went through, based on their trials and tribulations. So everybody has a different definition. And also, what alters that definition or counteracts, for a better term, would be some people view the world as black and white. Some people view it as black and white. And that's how I kind of see it. Other people see it as black, white, and gray. Some people see there's this gray matter that they can, go to. And, you know, not everybody in the world can be 100% happy, but for me, when I look at things being black and white, I have to define things as, am I 100% happy? You know, and if I have to ask myself, am I 100% happy? I got to say, no, no, you know? So I took the liberty in coming up with some ideas for this, and I wanted to title this Pursuit of Happiness. Pursuit of Happiness. Pretty sure you heard that from Kid Cudi. You also heard it from Will Smith. But now, Tigers, you're going to hear it from JustYearn. So, this one is dedicated to anybody who is fighting to be happy. And it also is dedicated to anybody who deals with mental illness and mental health, because I think that factors into your happiness to a certain degree. So, without further ado, we're just going to jump into it, right? Excuse me, got the warm water. Start the day, start the vibes. Hold on 1 second. Had to move the seat back a little bit. All right. Once again, I'm bringing out this dictionary. Thick, right? A lot of meat and potatoes in here. For those who didn't watch my other video that I had where I opened the dictionary, I stated before that I used to have to read this dictionary when I was younger. Imagine that. Yeah. So we're going to define pursuit, and then we're going to define happiness. How are you guys doing today? Hope that you are all well. If you feel engaged and you feel it upon yourself, comment below. How are you doing? What have you been doing in this quarantine? What has been keeping you occupied? What has been keeping you busy? What has been keeping you satisfied? Okay. As I said before, I hate when a word defines a word. All right? And you'll see that a lot in dictionaries. And what you will have to do is backtrack to the definition of the word that you're defining. Like, for example, it says pursue, the act of pursuing. Now, if somebody doesn't know what the word pursue means, why would you write the act of pursuing? But thankfully, it adds up with the act of proceeding with or towards an aim. And an aim, you know what an aim is, like a goal, objective, something that you want to achieve, something that you want to conquer. That's what an aim is. All right? Pursuit, it goes to follow in order to capture or overtake. So that's what that means. Pursue. Pursue is considered to be hold on guys. A verb. That's what it's saying here. A verb, and pursuit is considered to be a noun. All right? So That's what the definition means. It goes to follow in order to capture. All right? Remember that. Remember that. To follow in order to capture. All right? Now we're going to go to happiness. Pursue in order to capture. Pursue in order to capture. Pursue in order to capture. It's a little rhyme scheme right there. It's actually how I used to memorize stuff back in the day too. Put it in the form of a song or rap. It's kind of easy to do so as well. Pursue in order to capture. Okie dokie. We're still here, Tigers. We're still here. So, ooh, I think somebody's hungry. More water, please. More water, please. Hope you didn't hear that. Okay. Okay. So, back to happiness. The definition is a noun. The word is a noun, excuse me. And the definition is the feeling of joy and pleasure mingled with varying degree. The second definition reads the satisfaction of the deepest desire, the search for happiness. I really like that definition. I really like the second one, the satisfaction of the deeper desire, right? So when it applies to the pursuit of happiness, right, you're following your deepest desire, which is equivalent to your passion / your purpose, things that you have a deep desire for, and when she asked me that question, I had to say no, because if it's based on these definitions, I haven't obtained what I deeply desire. I'm not at that point yet. Am I working towards that point? Definitely. Are there things in place right now that are making me happy? Yes. But am I 100% happy? No. Do I feel like there are things in the way of my happiness? Of course. Of course. Of course. Am I working towards my happiness? Yes, I am working towards my happiness. So this is going to sound like this is going to be a little rhetorical in the questions, because I came up with a list of different questions to ask yourself, and this is a great time to look in the mirror and ask yourself these questions, and the first one is, are you happy with your life? Are you happy with your life? Have you, excuse me, have you felt a satisfaction of the deepest desire? All right. Now, if we go to happy, it explains it to be adjective, experiencing joy and pleasure, experiencing such a feeling. So experiencing joy and pleasure. Have you experienced joy and pleasure in reaching your deepest desire? Right? So when it relates to the pursuit of happiness, you know, in the movie with Will Smith, if those of you who have seen it, you know that he's working to obtain happiness. Why is he working to achieve happiness? Not only for himself to become financially stable, but to provide a better family for him and his son. Did him and his son share happy moments? Did they share experiences that were with joy and pleasure? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Was Will Smith in the movie as he played Chris Gardner, was he happy? No, he wasn't happy because his situation, his environment wasn't granting him the joy and pleasure that he wanted while he was trying to obtain his deepest desire. You know? So that's where I see myself. And to some, you might agree. You might find yourself there. Sorry, guys, that's the Amazon truck. So for those people, you might find yourself in my shoes, like working on a higher purpose, working on a goal that you want to obtain and want to feel, a certain, a certain level of joy and peace. And some people might have it already. Some people might enjoy the simple things in life, and that's what brings them joy and peace. Some people might have different goals and different aspirations in their life. Some people out there would like to become a millionaire, and that's that's their that's their deepest desire, right? They believe that once they get $1 million, they're gonna feel joy and pleasure. Or that's gonna be the beginning stages of them to feel joy and pleasure. Other people might feel joy and pleasure right now. So it's all dependent on the individuals, all dependent on you, Tigers, and where do you place your joy and peace? Where do they lie for you? You know? So keep that in mind. Right now, the questions, like I said, I was gonna ask that kind of come off rhetorical, or to ask you during this time when you have a lot of time to think. Everybody says that they're bored, and it's gonna sound like a broken record because I'm gonna keep on reiterating, why are you bored right now? And I'm gonna state that there's so many things to do that we really have no time to be bored. I just think that we're as a human society, as a collective, we've been put in society where they say land of the free, home of the brave, and you can obtain anything you want to, but we live in a capitalist society, which really does make it hard for us to obtain our dreams. So you have to fight extra harder to make your dreams come true. So with that being said, I wanted to ask you some rhetorical questions, and I pray that they get you thinking during this time. The first one is, are you happy? And that's just a general statement. Thank you, Webster. You did your job for today. Appreciate you. Deluxe edition. The question is, are you happy? All right. So if you have a pen and paper, or you want to write this in your phone, then go right ahead. And also I mentioned that this relates to the friends video, because not only did a friend, excuse me, not only did a friend and I stir this conversation, but these are questions that you can ask your friend as well. If I didn't mention it on a friend's video. So, one, are you happy? You know, and when it comes to happiness, you can you can define that in a sense with what you consider to be happy. And then, are you happy? I want you to dissect that for a minute. All right? We're gonna dive deep into that one, Tigers. Are you happy? And when I mean by are you happy, right? Are you happy with your life right now? You know, are you happy with your living situation? Are you happy with your finances? Are you happy with your body image and the way you look? Are you happy with your eating habits? Are you happy with your anxiety and depression, if you have it? Are you excited because it says joy and pleasure, the definition of happiness? Are you happy? I don't know why I say excited. Excuse me. Are you happy with your daily choices, that you're making on a day-to-day? Are you happy with your relationships? Are you in a business? Do you have business partners? Are you happy with them? Are you in a relationship? Are you happy within that relationship? Does that relationship bring you joy and peace? Are you happy in your marriage? For those of you who might be watching and are married, are you happy within that union? Um, this is gonna be a real one. Are you happy with God? Are you happy with God? And if you're not, you got some thinking to do. Also, you have some praying to do as well. This is the time to ask ourselves those questions. And I believe I asked those questions to to paint the picture black and white. Are you happy with your body image? If your answer is no, what are you doing about it? And let's not be extreme here. I'm not talking about, if you don't like, for a woman in a sense, if you don't like the way your chest is, then you get medical assistance. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, if you feel like you are a little bit on the plus size, and you want to lose weight, then lose weight so you can become happier. If there's a guy out there who wants to develop a six pack or just a four pack, just for starters, and he believes that will make him happy. You know, you have nothing but time, to put the work in right now. You know, are you happy with your career path and your career choices? Right now it's the perfect time to analyze that. You're at a position where you can say, yes, I want to do that. Yes, I don't want to do that. And you have the choices right now. You have the choices to determine whether you're happy or not within your life. You know, you only have one life. You only have one. If if you're not happy, then change those things. But I'm gonna say that after I finish. I had a point, but I'm gonna wait until I'm finished. You know, so your current life right now, as far as job, as far as your dream, your passion, what you want to do, if you know that you want to do it, then that creates some happiness, some level of happiness rather, and this gives you this quarantine time gives you a wide open time to sit back and ponder about these things. You know, am I happy with the relationship with my mother? Am I happy with the relationship with my brother or sister? You know, sometimes we know that these things are hard, and things are not going to change, right? We already have that embedded in our minds that some things are just not going to change, you know. But if you try your best, if you try your best, and you know that if you tried your best and you know that you have tried your best, then it's just like, you know, then you're happy because you know that you tried your best. You know, as it relates to, work and working. You know, if you're still working now, it's like, are you happy right now? What are the things you can do to change that and to fix your happiness? I know that a lot of nurses and doctors are working right now and they might not be happy, because they're going through this whole dilemma of being overworked and underpaid. You know, what can you do to make yourself happy? Now, I'm not the person to, you know, answer that, but allow me to be the person to hold up the mirror, you know, so you can ask yourself those questions, you know? Um, what was gonna say, you know, um, you know, um, it's really something to think about. I had to pause because when you really think about all of those all of those things, when you think about everything in that manner, you kind of then begin to see, like, oh, maybe I'm not as happy as I thought I was, or maybe I'm trying to create this image as if I'm happy and I'm really not, you know. And I wanted to state that happiness and laughing are two different things, you know. Just because somebody is laughing, that doesn't mean that that person is happy. So I wanted to state that, and I also wanted to make a disclaimer to what I was talking about before. You know, it's like if you're not happy, don't complain about not being happy. Your friends will listen to you, but nobody wants to hear you talk about you not being happy. And I had to learn that for myself. I had to learn that for myself. And if you want to be happy, like I said, you only have one life and you have to put the work in to make yourself happy. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You have to put the work in. You have to take those initial steps so you can make yourself happy. So without further ado, I'm going to come to a close. Please just reminisce over those questions. Are you happy? Are you taking those steps to make yourself happy? Are you happy in your relationships? Are you happy with your work? Are you happy in the business that you want to do? What is really making you happy? What are what are 3 or 4 things that's going to make you happy, or that you believe will make you happy? Write a list, put it on your wall, look at it every day, meditate on it, pray on it, recite it every single day, and push forward. This topic was brought to you by happiness. Happiness is universal. And this one was dedicated to everybody who's fighting in their life for happiness. JustYearn here. Yearn to succeed and follow your dreams. Thank you for listening. I gladly appreciate it. Thank you for taking out the time out of your day and just viewing this video. I pray that it has inspired somebody. I pray that it has touched somebody in order to share it with another loved one so we can all find true happiness inside. Once again, I'm JustYearn. JustYearn here. Yearn to succeed and follow your dreams. And stay happy. Peace. Just like that.